John Rule,
Here we are.
thanks for making these photos we're showing right now.
Oh, it was nothing. A delightful parade.
That's the Pride
Very
Parade.
democratic.
A couple of days ago, we're doing this. We're showing this, recording this on the 20th of June, 2016. There's your lady friend Ruth.
Yeah, that's my best friend and severest critic.
Yeah, well, that's good. Everybody needs some of that.
Right.
And you can see way down Dixon Street, you got a long distance shot.
Old Schulertown.
You've got people.
That used to be the post office at Schulertown, that building on the corner.
Some people said this may have been the biggest parade ever.
I wouldn't be surprised. I really was. I was amazed.
And I was standing there when you got me there taking a video of the whole parade.
Yeah, our official recorder.
And it was, I didn't make any still, so if you saved me on this.
I understand.
I was so glad you were able to do it. And you did it with your little Pentax camera. That's,
Yep.
You know, not a big, wide-angle, heavy, expensive
little hip
thing.
camera. It's amazing what technology can do now.
Yeah. And you probably didn't even, did you zoom any?
Did I what?
Did you use the zoom on this at all?
Oh, not really.
Well, you got pretty darn clear for a good.
Right, I did some at the beginning when I was trying to get more of the sweep of the street. Go ahead.
Yeah, that looks like you zoomed right there maybe because it shows a little further
it
in
is.
that direction.
It's 18 power.
All these people turned out, all these kids, all these people dressed up, all these people.
And just a nice shower in front of it to cool everything and everyone off, and then.
And it's all about equality of everybody, of any age or race.
Amazed and pleased at all the families and children and everybody.
Well, it was just fun. I mean,
and I don't recall any incidents or read about any incidents untoward at the time. It just everything went off beautifully.
And the nice thing is, Fayetteville Police were at the beginning and the end, and plain clothes.
It was
in the area, but they had no problem with anybody. And when they come by, they're all smiling because they're enjoying this.
Right.
Looks like a bunch of Democrats. See that?
I
donkey?
See it. I see the Democratic donkey.
And here's that, what did you call it, David? What?
Luck Dragon.
The Luck Dragon from a movie called?
The Never-Ending Story.
The Never-Ending Story, thank you. John and I are too old to have watched that relatively old movie. But anyway, now we see Mark Kenyon's truck coming along. Mark's running for the Quorum Court's leadership, what's called the county judge.
Right,
and
met
he'll
Mark.
You've met him, and he's been on the Fayetteville City Council for some years, and I think on planning and some other things before that, other committees.
And be a nice, stable personality.
And grew up out in the Prairie Grove area. His family still has farmland out there and so forth. So he's got a wide variety of background for the job. And so
that helps.
You can speak for somebody else you want to, but I have to say he's a great selection to be
I'm
county
all for
judge.
him. Yeah.
And there's that horse. I have
Yeah,
courage.
I think I had a couple of ponies.
Strong.
There's one there's the old paint on the left.
Yeah, we didn't get a very good shot of the first one, but good shot of that one. Anybody notice there's a smear in here? That's because the rain had just stopped and nobody was there to clean off lenses for photographers.
Quite a bit of steam coming up, I think.
Steam too, yeah. And so, same thing happened when I had to wipe my camera because I started taking video when it first started, and so it was really a risk to have a
I didn't
camera
think to
out
wipe
there.
mine. Yeah.
But that was the only problem you had, was that one little smear.
Right.
And St. Paul's Episcopal Church represented there, and here's the pastor.
Yeah, there he is.
And he's a great leader and proponent
he certainly
of
is.
fairness to the public and so forth. And is that Humanist Association?
And there was one, yes, there was.
That's what that is. And then we have some folks with a beautiful convertible and a lady like a princess dressed up in there. And Omni Center, change the system, not the climate. And
that's Stephen Cover in the...
He was in there somewhere. Yeah.
There's Rich.
Uh-huh.
Rich Tiffany.
Uh-huh. And he walks barefoot. He does it all the time,
right.
Year in, year out. And there's the dragon blowing steam. And that dragon is actually a machine that is used in
line marking and traffic line marking.
Yeah. And by that was
Jones.
Mr. Holtz, was it?
Yeah, Steve Holtz.
There he is. There he is up close. Yeah.
Yeah.
See that thing? That's quite a machine to have. Makes a good part of a parade with a little decoration.
And Gladys Tiffany.
Uh-huh. She's
the Omni Center president.
Uh-huh.
I think.
And well, we're going slow, but these are a good taste for the parade. Idea of what all was there. The mass of people. You walked the whole thing. The crowd was what?
It was a very long.
All the way down, right?
Right.
Crowd all
tremendous.
on the sides. Because this is where it ended.
And there weren't many gaps between units of the marchers either.
Yeah. Yeah, this was pretty darn big event and a peaceful event. It's the best thing about it.
It was the most fun parade that I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, we didn't even have a marching band, and it was still fun. Right?
The music was awfully good.
We had a band over right off the side behind where we were standing.
In the WAC parking lot area.
And so the music was good and peppy and went with the situation quite well. And it was...
And I hopped up on one of the curb things to try to take a picture of the musicians, but I don't think it came out too well. I commented to an officer standing by there what a wonderful news it was.
This is your
my granddaughter.
Sarah Moore Churchill.
Yeah, a filmmaker.
And she's a good filmmaker and expert and works for the university. And I guess this is out of your camera, I wouldn't have it, isn't it?
Right,
and
right.
Somebody's using her camera.
Yeah, someone's using hers.
Phone to make the pictures at the same time.
Right.
Okay, we're at the end, or at the beginning again. So until next time, do your part to help keep the water clean, the air pure, and the public on the right track. Hi, John Rule.
Hi there.
We're at the Fayetteville National Cemetery, and we're at a funeral, a military funeral, and it was for Tyrone Rogers, who worked at this television station or the government channel, but he also had done things that were shown on public access TV over the years.
Right.
But let's see some pictures, and then we'll get back to talk about some of the people who are in this group of pictures.
That's a beautiful poppy.
Yeah, poppy mallow, that thing's called. And this flower is called the
obedient plant.
Yes, that's out on Pinnacle Wet Prairie, I believe. And there it is, up close. And
nice prairie background.
yeah, if you bend the stem over a little bit, it'll stay
that way.
That's why it's called obedient. Okay, here is at Tyrone Rogers' funeral, and he had not only some local friends, and fellow workers at this station in the background, but also he had a bunch of relatives of his daughter and son and his ex-wife, Salvi, and that's his daughter in the white dress that you saw. And well, these are just the ones that were left after it ended.
Right.
Yeah. Chose to get together and be in the picture. And there's his son at right, in the khaki shorts.
Right.
And he spoke so well about his father that it was stunning. I think when I got there just a little late, he was already talking, and everybody was rapt about what he was saying in praise of his father and his father's experience he'd been told about from the military,
right,
and how he had the health problems that had been going on. And like you, he was getting some help from the VA, but
right.
It's never enough, and they've been slow to take people under their wing and actually get things done for them. But Brandon, the son, in the black T-shirt and the tan pants there,
shorts.
Yeah. He was dressed casually, but he spoke like he was speaking in a cathedral.
Oh, really?
And he kept the audience listening. And I can only imagine that.
That's quite an accomplishment for a young person like that.
It is. He's 20.
So well.
He's 20 years old, and he's working at the one of the hospitals in Northwest Arkansas.
I see.
And so he's really a responsible young man, and he praised Tyrone, his father, for the many things he had taught him in life. And I just, without a preacher, this seemed like the best funeral I maybe ever went to. And I've gone to quite a few now that don't have much preaching like when I grew up. I was offered a chance when my father died, more than 20 years ago now. And somebody said, "Do you want to speak?" And I'd never been to a funeral where anybody but a preacher spoke.
Right.
And so I wasn't prepared for that.
Well, I know what you mean.
But I would like to go back now and be able to say something as good as this young man about my father.
It's wonderful that the son did so well when his father was really not an elderly person. I mean, in his 50s.
Yeah, it was great. And there's Doug Bankston, who's now overseeing the government channel. He and others came. And on the right is the daughter, Kalia. In the background is Salvi, the mother of Ty's children. And I said Brandon, and then I believe it's Robert Ludland, but he was a childhood friend of Tyrone that's in the background. And also the young man spoke in lieu of Tyrone's brother.
I see.
Tyrone's parents were both gone for some years, so it was great that the extended family showed up in such numbers.
That's wonderful.
To be there for his final days. And now he'll be in the National Cemetery. And, I wear this shirt a lot. It's one of the National Cemetery things that I do. And the idea is to help promote people buying more land to enlarge the cemetery. Because it's not going to, our government's not going to keep bringing veterans home, dead or alive, and trying to help them. Till next time, this is Aubrey Shepherd asking you to do your part to help keep the water clean,
do your part,
air
folks,
pure, and the woods green. See ya.